So we're headed up to Zilpo Campground. We're going to do some camping. We're going to do some kayaking. Zilpo Campground is located up by Cave Run Lake. It's a 355-acre recreation area. All right, so you've got primitive camping. You've got RV camping with electric. They've got water there. And they've also got, I think, 12 cabins. So, you know, you got a lot of different ways to stay. And we're going to have a great time today. So I will give you a full rundown on the campground when I get up there. I'll tell you how many sites they have for electric, how many campsites. We'll look at some of them, and it should be a good time. So I've stayed up at Cave Run before. I stayed up at Twin Knobs Campground, and it was awesome. So this one should be the same. I mean, it's on a peninsula right out in the lake, on the main lake, and the views, I hear the views are awesome. We're going to find out here in a little bit. So, you know, this will be a campground review, and I'll try to give you all the information you need. Make sure you look down in the description, because I'll have a Google Map location. I'll have a rundown of some of the things we talk about, and I'll show you how to get there and try to tell you about some of the fees and everything else. So make sure you look in the description, and if you've got any questions, put them in the comments, or if you've stayed there before, tell me about your stay and what you liked about it. So let's get up to the campground. All right, so looks like we're rolling into Zilpo Campground, and we drove. It took a while to get out here. I mean, this place is out there. There's no civilization. I mean, we're out here. So this is gonna be cool. I did catch a glimpse of Cave Run Lake there a minute ago, so we should see it again. This campground is basically out on a big peninsula. So off to my left is the lake over there. You can't see it past trees, and I guess over this way is the lake too. I mean, pretty much just heads out here, like I said, on a little peninsula. So now when I called up earlier, they did tell me that I could come check in early, which was cool. They said that there may not be anybody here at the gate. So if there wasn't, then they said, you know, you pay, you stick it in an envelope and you pay. So what we'll do is we'll do that. We're going to do a single site. There's going to be 2 tents, and they told us as long as the tents fit in the gravel that we was good to go. So I think we're going to be good with that. And I think a single site was $28 is what they told me. So I'll look at the prices for the doubles, but like I said, get down in the video description, you'll be able to find all that information. There'll be links. So fee collection station ahead. All right, so we're pulling up here, so I'm gonna hand the camera off and we're gonna check this out. All right, guys, so we got here. When we got to the check-in station, there wasn't anybody there, but I had called up prior to coming up here, and they told me if they weren't there, there were some envelopes. So what we did was we grabbed the envelope, we drove around, we found us an empty spot. I came back with the envelope and paid, and now we're gonna go back and set up. But like, this is a huge campground. I mean, I don't know, I'll look here in a minute and find out how many different loops there are, but there's quite a few. I don't know exactly how many campsites there are. I'll look that up too. I'm thinking, I know there's over 100. Not for sure. I will put that number up probably here while I'm talking to you. I'll put it up on a little blurb. But I mean, this campground, like I told you coming in, it's remote, so it's way out here. I mean, there ain't nothing out through here. I mean, you talk about a getaway. I mean, you're getting away. And so far what I've seen is the campsites seem to be spread out pretty good, and you have quite a bit of space in between you and the next person, and all the sites are wooded. Now, we picked one out that typically I might not pick out because it's kind of open and there's some sunlight. So, you know, it might be hot maybe during the daytime, but the cool thing is the view, and you're going to see it here in a minute. Now, if you saw that sign I just drove past, it said beach. So they do have a beach, and we'll drive down there and check it out here in a minute. There's a boat ramp. Okay, we brought our kayaks, so we're going to launch our kayaks here in a little while. at the ramp. There's actually 2 dump stations. Okay, I've seen 2 dump stations coming in, so that's really good. And the lake is right over there. But man, I'm excited. I got my boy with me. We're gonna do some camping. It's gonna be a good time. And there's nothing like navigating outdoors. All right, so really excited. Look here. Every one of these loops is representing America. Look here. All right, so they've got cabins. I don't know exactly what they look like inside. We'll come up here after a while and see if we can get in one and show you what it looks like. But look, you know, here's some of the little campsites right here. You know, then you've got, you know, you can park an RV here. Now here is the camp post where their campground is, and they told me I could get with this person and they would let me in up at the store so I could get some ice or wood if I needed it. There's somebody camping. Oh man, I smell barbecue. I smell somebody grilling, and it smells good. There's some electric. You see, some of these sites do have electric. Now the one that we're on does not, but that's okay, we don't need it. All right, we're gonna head on up through here. I'm gonna show you what why I got that spot. Oh, another thing, now I haven't drove past it yet, but you know, there are bathhouses, so we'll go up and check them up. We'll go up and check one out here after a while, but there are bathhouses. Okay, so that way you can take you a shower and get cleaned up. All right, we're moving up here. So I picked site number 19, and I picked it because of the view. And I mean, I don't know if you can see, but there's my view. All right, so I'm going to back up here and we're going to start setting up camp, man. This is awesome. So we're just driving around the campground a little bit. Right now we've pulled into one of the bathhouses. So you got some parking right out here in the front. Even got some handicapped. So there it is there. We'll go in here real quick. Hopefully nobody's in here, and we'll just kind of show you what it looks like. Want it? Your campfire dead out. All right, so here's what we're looking like. Got some sinks there, some urinals. All right, 1, 2, 3. Well, no, 2 toilets. And we've got a shower, and a shower with handicap accessibility. So that's what those look like. Looks like they're set up pretty good, and they look pretty clean. I mean, you can tell that this is an older facility, but it looks pretty clean. There's some portable water. And along the campsite, we've seen a couple other spigots here and there where you could get water. So, so far, I mean, this campground's pretty nice. I mean, look, there's a campsite over there. The next one is way down there. And you see they're wooded, so you got a lot of privacy. Every one of them comes with a picnic table and a campfire ring. Some of them are double sites. Okay, so the double sites have 2 picnic tables. And yes, so far, man, everything's cool. And look, there's a dumpster to bring your garbage. We're getting ready to head down and check out the ramp, and we may launch our kayaks and take a little kayak trip. Look there. Look at the little dude. Can y'all see him? He's taking a little squirrel. Let's go check out this boat ramp. Oh man, here comes the moment of truth. Check this out. Oh yeah. Man, what a view, what a view, what a view. Alright, there we go. There's Cave Run Lake. There's a big pile of brush. Golly. Alright, so let's see what kind of... Man, that is nice. Alright, so we got a double lane concrete ramp, and I see down there you got a little dock. Okay. And check this out. Man, whoa. See, up there is Twin Knobs. We've camped out there before. All right, so it's looking pretty good. All right, so I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna check this campground out a little bit more, then we're gonna go get us some water, and we're gonna come back and take a little kayak trip. So this place has got a beach. I think that's the Stower right there. Alright, and this is the beach, and I can see some people walking back from the beach. So there's the big beach. You can come down and cool off a little bit. I even see volleyball net. All kinds of parking. So I do think that you can buy a day use pass, so you can come up here if you just want to come up to the beach and not camp. Pretty sure you can buy a pass and come up here and just do that. So, but if you're camping up here, you don't have to have one. So, all right, well, coolness. We're gonna go back to the campground, or back to our campsite. We're gonna get us some water. We're going to get prepped to go do some kayaking. Alright guys, so we made our way out on the water. So here we are, man. Look, Cave Run Lake. We'll check out one of these cabins. So once again, got a picnic table, got a big old fire ring. Man, that thing's crazy. Now I don't know if we can get in this or not. So if we can't, it is what it is. We'll see if we can. Yep, it's unlocked. So you look in here, air conditioning, got a little table. Come back in here, you got some bunks. All right, so just set up there for chilling out. Be a good little trip. Here's your front porch, here's your view. Pretty cool. All right, so me and Trail Buddy Outdoors are just gonna have a little discussion about Zilpo Campground. So we'll go through some topics. Like, I like to talk about the accessibility, the facilities, the atmosphere, the scenery, and some of the things to do. Okay, and then develop some kind of score, which I'll post up later, but we'll talk about each one of those categories. So, number one, accessibility. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, as far as getting here, if you're coming from anywhere in the country, if you come down I-64, you can get off at exit 123, get on US 60 and head towards Salt Lick, and that'll get you there. But now, getting back here to the campground, it takes a minute, don't it?
Yep.
I mean, so you're quite a ways from civilization. So if you're coming back here to camp, whether it's tent or RV or whatever, if you don't bring everything you need, you're going to have quite a trip to get out of here and get back to the store. And I'll put how many miles it is over top of what while I'm talking here, how far it is back to Salt Lick. But it takes a minute. I mean, because you're on Forest Service Road. It's good road. I mean, it is paved road, but it takes you a minute to get back here. So accessibility, I'm going to say it's going to be a low score, because it does take a minute to get back here, and just if you need to get in and out, it ain't gonna happen. So pack everything you need. Now there's not a whole lot of restaurants in this area. The biggest town from here that's going to have restaurants is Moorhead. Okay, and I'm gonna say it's at least a half-hour drive. So that's what you got to look forward to. All right, so the facilities. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, The campsite itself is pretty good. You know, we got a picnic table, okay, that's nice. Got a fire ring. We got a place to hang lanterns, or hang a clothesline or something like that. So that's good, you know. So as far as that, there's 2 dump stations on site. So that's great if you have a RV, okay. I don't think there will be any kind of big line getting out of here trying to dump. Some of the campsites do have electric, okay. They do not have water at the campsites, so you'll have to fill your fresh water tank up, but there are spigots all around the campsites. The bathhouses. All right, the bathhouses, in my opinion, I showed you them yesterday, but we actually used them last night, and I'm going to say they sucked.
They were terrible.
Okay, what's your opinion on them?
Well, went to take a shower in the handicapped shower, and there was no knob, and it wouldn't turn on. Then, when we were able to take a shower, at first it was freezing cold, and then I would say within about 2 minutes, it was scalding hot.
Yeah, scalding hot. And there wasn't no cooling it down. It didn't matter which way you turned it, you were getting boiled. So, yeah, I mean, that just sucks, man. There was no getting around it. Plus, we were already hot, you know, sitting out in this humid heat. So, you know, going up there and take a scalding shower was not fun. Also, inside there was one little seat. There was nowhere to hang your towels. There just wasn't any room whatsoever to put your stuff, your shower stuff that you took in there. There wasn't no hangers up there. It was really rough. So, you know, we dealt with it. I'm not saying that you can't deal with it, but I'm saying it could be a lot better. All right. Facilities. Now, another thing, there is a camp store, but it wasn't even open. I mean, when we got up here, there wasn't even nobody at the front gate. I mean, we just came right in, and there was nobody here. So there was no store. So like I said, if you had to get something, you'd have to drive all the way out. Now, this was on a Monday, so I don't know if they staff better on the weekends, but it wasn't staffed very well on Monday. I can tell you that right now. Let's see what else here. The atmosphere. Well, the atmosphere was okay. I mean, it is really quiet. I told you how the campsites are spread out, so, you know, you're not really bothered by people next door to you. Plus, it's real wooded, so, you know, kind of blocks you a little bit, gives you some shade. And then I've showed you the lake. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So, you know, you can sit back, listen to nature, walk down to the lake, catch a cool breeze, maybe catch a fish, get on your kayaks. You know, that's something else on facilities. There is a boat ramp. So, you know, if you bring your boat up here, you will have a way to put your boat in. There's a beach. We did not swim on it, but there is a beach also. So atmosphere was pretty good. Now, scenery, what do you think?
I think it was pretty nice out here. It looked nice. Scenery's probably high up there.
Yeah, scenery's going to get some high scores. I mean, Cave Run Lake is one of the most beautiful lakes in Kentucky. It's in the Knob region of Kentucky. You got these rolling hills, and I mean, it's beautiful, man. So you can't beat the scenery. All right, things to do. All right, things to do. You can go to the beach. You can do your camping stuff. I've seen people riding around on their e-bikes. You know, I've seen kids riding their bicycles. Was there a playground?
I didn't see a playground.
I don't think there was. Now, up at the beach, there was a volleyball. I seen a volleyball net. You know, it's just going to be camp life. You know, one thing you can do, you know, if you bring a boat, you've got water activities. I mean, you got the lake down there. You can go down there and fish. There's hiking trails around here. You know, you can go swimming in the lake. At least I know you can down by the beach. Make sure you wear your PFD. But yeah, so there are some things to do, but, you know, it's going to be camp life. So if you want to go somewhere where, you know, you leave camp and you do some activities outside of camp, there's not a whole lot in the local area to do. I can just tell you that. Maybe go watch a movie. Everybody likes to go to Walmart on vacation. You can go to Walmart, you know, stuff like that. So I'll give you my final score when I get home. Now, there's one more thing I'm going to tell you about. So the reservations. All right. It almost ruined this camping trip. So I got online to reserve this particular site. Okay, and it told me that I couldn't reserve it. Okay, it said that it was first come, first serve, which was fine. So I called up here. Check-in was, what was it, 1 or 2 o'clock?
About 1, 2.
It's 1 or 2 o'clock. I can't remember exactly. I'll put a little thing up here. But I called in before check-in, and I said, if I drive up there and there's a site open, can I go ahead and camp? And they said yes. So I got up here. Like I told you, there was nobody at the main gate. I drove back. I found a site. I went back up there. I got one of those little envelopes, and I filled it out, and I paid my $38 for a double site, and we went about our way. Well, we went out kayaking, and when I came back in, there was a man who said that I had a site, and I didn't believe him because there wasn't anything on it. Well, there was a sign. I walked down there, and it had his name on it. So we had to go down to the camp post to get it figured out. And basically what they told me is he had reserved online. I don't know how, because it wouldn't let me reserve online, but he had reserved online, so I had to move, which I did. And I moved to the next campsite over, but I had already set up, and it was a pain. You know, it wasn't that guy's fault at all. You know, we talked about it later in the heat of the moment. You know, I was angry about it, but we talked it out later, and, you know, everything worked out well. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on with their reservation system, but it is jacked. It is jacked, and it's pitiful. You know, not happy at all, you know. Yeah, so this campsite's not going to score high because of those reasons. All right, scored review is Zilpo Campground. Accessibility, that starts with accessing their website and being able to reserve a site. Well, it wouldn't let me reserve one. It said first come, first serve. I went up there. I tried to set up. Somebody else reserved, and I got kicked off of it. So I explained that earlier. Hey, unacceptable. Facilities, bathhouses were dirty. Some of the showers didn't work, especially for the handicap, and there was only scalding hot water. That's a 5. Atmosphere, hey, it was quiet, it was nice, it was relaxing. Scenery, you can't beat Cave Run Lake. Things to do, plenty of things to do out on the water. There's also some hiking. Outside of that, in the surrounding area, not a whole lot. So 30 out of 50, that's a 60%, which is a almost thumbs down. So, hey, will I be back? That remains to be seen. If you can get around that stuff, you just get around it and you move on, and, you know, you look at, this is what it's really about, okay? That lake over there, you know, these woods, you know, listen to the birds chirp. I mean, that's what it's really about. So at the end of the day, after all this is said and done, I'll probably get over it. But right now, you know, it's still fresh in my mind, and I'm kind of like, man, just left a bad taste in my mouth. But I'm not saying I had a bad trip, but I can't say I had an excellent trip. So anyway, that's my review on Zilpo Campground. If you have any comments or anything to say about Zilpo, maybe you had a better experience, drop it in the comments. Tell me about it. If you have somewhere you like to camp, let me know about that too, because that's what YouTube's about, man, getting on, finding information. Hit that like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and stand by for some good content. Me and my buddy here, we take trips all over the place, and we got a lot of trips coming up. We do a lot of outdoor stuff. We do reviews, gear reviews, campground reviews, hiking trail reviews, and sometimes we just do adventures. I mean, you know, anything that's outdoors, that's what I do. So navigate outdoors, because life is better when you navigate outdoors. And I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
Later.